Welcome to the Fourth Step Podcast. On each episode, we interview recovering addicts and learn their story with addiction. Through exploring personal journeys, we get a glimpse of the depths addicts fall to and their path in recovery. We hope you enjoy the episode. Welcome, everybody, to the Fourth Step Podcast. My name is Kevin, and I am an addict.
My name's Josh. I'm an addict.
Hi, Josh, my lovely co-host.
Hey, Kevin.
And with us today is our dear friend.
Hi, I'm Lindsey. I'm an addict.
Thanks for coming in, Lindsey.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Well, this is a treat. I'm so happy that you're here. A few things first, get out of the way. We just want to give a shout out to a couple new listeners, Trista and Susanna. Thank you very much for tuning in. And as always, please check out the other Living Clean podcast and the Anonymous podcast, two other podcasts that deal with recovery. We really appreciate that. Good friends. So, you know what we do here. This is the fourth step, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to dig in and, we're going to start from childhood and check in on any things in your childhood that might attribute to becoming a drug addict, trauma, abuse, stuff like that.
I think, earliest memories that kind of correlate with the trajectory that led you to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So do you have like specific things in your childhood that you can pinpoint?
Stand out?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we start from the beginning.
Yeah, let's start with what's your clean date? How much time do you have?
Yeah, so my clean date is 4/20/21. That is not my first clean date. A huge part of my story is a time of relapse that I went through. I first came into recovery 3/11/13. I love that.
You still remember that?
Of course. 3/11/13 is my original clean date, and it's all threes and ones, and I'm very much a numerology person where like numbers matter. So
but I mean, you got that. 420 as a
420, yeah. And oddly enough, I was never a big like marijuana or cannabis user at all. So it's just funny, you know.
Yeah. You're not the only one with that clean date, by the way.
No, I know a couple people that have that clean date that I'm close with that are very they're very just cool people in recovery. So
So childhood,
yes. So, man, earliest I can remember back to is like 3-4 years old, which I guess is not common. A lot of people can't remember that far back.
I was going to say, I was thinking that same thing. Is like, that's a pretty early memory.
Yeah, very distinct memories. And I think it's when I started dancing. So I was put into ballet, tap, jazz, like dancing class really, really young. Because I have two older brothers. We're all 2 years apart. So, and I'm the only girl. I think by that time, my mom just really, I think was frazzled when she was a young mother. Like I was 28 or she was 28 when I was born and I'm the youngest of three. We're 2 years apart. So you do the math.
That's a lot for a 20 something.
Yeah. Like, and back then, I was born in 79, just like age reference, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 80s kid. Back then though, like you got married young, you had kids younger. Like my mom knew she wanted to have her kids before she was 30. That was like a thing in her mind. Her parents were young. They were like 18, 19 when they had her. So I think she just thought, like you get married younger, and she went to college, so she's college educated. So was my dad. But I think it was that whole like get married young, have kids young, right? Like knock it out, get it out of the way kind of thing. But I think too, my brothers were so much energy that by the time I came along, I think she really needed either like female energy, but I think she also needed help, right?
Yeah, break.
Like literally, I at a very young age was like the helper. I was the designated like mom's helper, right? So, yeah, I remember at a really, really young age, I got it. I'll help you, mommy. Like, I'll do it. No, I got it. Like I would clean up after my brothers kind of thing. And she loved that because it was like, oh, thank God, I got an easy one, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So I think she really, and she wanted to have a good relationship. She didn't have a very good relationship with her own mother. So, yeah, I think.
That's so like early, characterization of like you're the, I don't want to say codependent. It's pretty early to be codependent,
Oh, yeah, but definitely.
but a caretaker.
Yes. And people pleaser.
There you go.
Total people pleaser, approval seeker. So I learned at a very, very young age too, and with dance, that I could please people that way. So I got attention by being people pleasing. So being like the cute one dancing in the front and being so tiny. Is I'm 5 foot now, but like I was tiny. There's a picture of me getting on the school bus for kindergarten, and the bottom step is up to my chest. Like I was tiny, to where people thought I was precocious. Like I was 3 years old, and they thought I was like a 1-year-old because I was so small in stature, like so petite. That they were like, "Oh my God, how old is that kid? She's speaking in full sentences," and my mom's like, "She's 4." Right? Like she's not young. So I think some of that too, right? It was like, oh my God, look at her. She's so cute in the front and the dancing, right? But I learned that that was good attention. And I learned that when I helped my mom, it calmed things down. So like anger with my brother, my oldest brother. So by the time I was, 4, he was 8. And doing what 8-year-old boys do, right?
Yeah.
Making messes, like destructive.
Being a problem.
Yeah. So for me to be the helper helped, in so many different ways. But it also was like, oh, cool, I can fly under the radar. I can just be people pleasing and, be the one that helps, be the one that's sugar and spice and everything nice.
That really is like early onset caretaker and codependency.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I could see how that would trigger you later on in life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I learned that really, like, I used that. I feel like the first drug I used was like approval seeking. Like, that really was. Once I found out what made you happy, I'm going to do that all day, every day.
Yeah.
That was my more.
Better than
before there was a
negative attention.
substance. Before there was a substance to put in my body to help me feel good, what made me feel good was making you feel good. It's making you happy. So very, very naturally, and it was like the way that I got positive attention. It was the way that I flew under the radar, I just found out what you wanted and I became that.
So after that, was there any trauma in your childhood?
Well,
or abuse?
No abuse. So I did start out at a very young age. I was born and raised in upstate New York. Mm-hmm. So I was 8 when we moved from upstate New York to California. So that disruption for my then 12-year-old brother was huge. Like going into 7th grade and moving from teeny tiny town, the village of Oriskany, New York, my house
it's small and it's called a village.
Yes. One stoplight. We had Joe's Cafe and Corner Market. We had Moe's Bar. We had one elementary school that went up to 6th grade, and then everything else was at the high school. We had two stoplights at the time. Teeny tiny town. Very much the 80s, ran around, door unlocked, out till the streetlights came on. Bikes in the front yard is how you found us. The whole neighborhood took care of you. You knew that if someone had a fence, it was because they had a mean dog. Everything was very different.
So all that, and then you come out to California.
Where'd you move to in California?
Huh?
Where did you move to in California?
The very first year we moved to Vallejo. We lived there for a year and then moved to Sacramento. And have been here since. And moving, the culture shock.
Yeah.
Big change.
Huge culture shock. And my brother right away got into gangs in Vallejo in that time period. And it was 1988.
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
It was real bad. And it was a rough year, that transition year. And then once my parents realized kind of what they had moved us into, we got out and moved up to Sacramento like a year later. And it was all from my dad's job transfer. But like growing up, I had everything I needed. I didn't get everything I wanted. Sometimes it was no, and that was fine. You know what I mean? Like as a kid.
Yeah.
But I never went like bills got paid. I never went through a period of like lights not being on. I never wanted or was hungry. Like I was taken care of.
Sometimes abuse looks different. Like, was your dad
My dad was
close?
very emotionally not present.
Well, that's
So-
the opposite.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's, I mean,
So my
That's
mom was home with
traumatic
us, teacher.
sometimes.
She stayed home with us until she started teaching full time when we moved out to California.
mm-hmm.
So went back to like being a full time, work where both parents were working in the home. But dad would come home from work, take off his tie. He worked in insurance, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, in insurance now. But he would come home, immediately go out in the back patio, open up his wine, have his glass of wine, have a cigarette. I know now that he was very high functioning, alcoholic. But at that time growing up, it was very normal to me.
Yeah.
Dad came home, opened up his wine, would have a glass of wine, have his smokes, come in for dinner, watch whatever program was on TV. Again, it's the 80s. It was like the Cosby Show, the Wonder Years, like that stuff. And then watch the news and go to bed. But very emotionally, like absent, not very present.
So, a question: You're like, we just did an episode with a friend, and he said that he thought his childhood was normal compared. He didn't know it was any different than others' families. Did you? You're saying at the time that you thought that was all just normal stuff, but looking back now. Looking with your father emotionally not available, do you understand that could be a form of trauma?
Totally unhealthy. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. And the so physically traveled for work, did a lot of work travel. So there again, another correlation.
Yeah.
I travel a lot for work now, and being very aware of how that can affect, your kids. So like, gosh, he used to give me hugs and kisses for the amount of days he'd be gone on a work trip. So if he knew he was going and he would count on his hands, okay, I'm going to be gone Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, so I need 3 hugs, 3 kisses, good night hugs and kisses because I'm going to miss them. You're going to be here. I'm going to be gone for work. And he would do that. And that was like a little tradition that me and my dad had. My parents divorced when I was 16.
Would that be like the first specific trauma-related event that you can remember? Or is there any?
Yeah, the move when I was 8, my brother being all out of sorts as a teenager, dealing with gangs and violence, getting jumped, like that kind of
Watching
stuff.
that shit
Watching
happen.
that and being like the good one, being the helper, trying to calm everybody down, trying to like be the in-between. I'm starting to get emotional.
That's all right.
Knowing that was my role, all of that to me is like trauma. It's not like one incident.
Sure.
It's like
feeling responsible for trying to fix everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
It's not like one
no, it's systemic.
trauma event.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like piled on.
Yeah. There wasn't any like large specific events. It was like a slow IV drip feed.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Sounds like it.
Of like from 8 to 16, well, and further than that too, of just like dis-ease in the home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of like everybody being like walking on eggshells when dad was home because like knowing now that their marriage was crumbling, right? From that like time, that moving from New York here, all of that shifted and like took us away from support, took us away from family. We knew no one
Family's
out
all
here.
back in New York.
Yeah, it was a job transfer. Like my dad literally, and hats off to my mom in certain ways, but she just was like, okay, like that's the career we're going to go. We're going to follow the career. But like, you're taking me away from every shred of support and family and everything we have. We're just like blind faith going based off your job, and like huge, like New York to California, that's like not drivable, right? Like that's huge change. So yeah, and then fighting to try and keep some semblance of a family unit. Like I know now that that's not normal or healthy or like good, like loving environment in the house.
Honestly, I don't think there is a normal.
Right.
That's what I was thinking. It's all so relative. Like, because there's, man.
It's just what you know.
Yeah, good.
That's a better way to put it.
Good people come out of perceived fucked up situations that are normal to them, and vice versa. And it's just life. People's family trajectory is different, and what's traumatic for you is not traumatic for me, is traumatic for her and not them. And
it's just what you know. It's what you're raised in, and what your normal is what happens on a regular basis. So that's where like your normal comes from, right? Like if this is the habit and then something shifts, that to me is the change in normal. My base set is this, because this is what I was raised in every day.
Being a caretaker, codependent.
Yeah.
With a male figure that's emotionally unavailable.
Right.
Crumbling marriage, fell apart, and you said you were 16?
I was 16, and so we were 16, 18, and 20.
Had you gotten loaded at that point yet?
Yes.
Where did that show up at?
The first time?
Well, sips off my dad's beer as a kid in the 80s. Old Milwaukee.
No, where do you remember getting loaded?
The very first time I got loaded was we had a backyard barbecue. I was 14. I was just going into being a freshman. My oldest brother was graduating, and my parents got I think a pony keg or something, and we threw like a family graduation party, and I was drinking red Solo cups of beer at home with everybody. And again, I'm the youngest, right? And so I'm drinking, and I remember
and your parents were cool with it?
Well, I think, yes, both of them were there. And they knew that I was having some beer, and I was the youngest, and everybody, my 16-year-old brother at the time, they were allowing him to drink at home. This is early 90s, family barbecue, everybody's home, right? And they knew that I was having some beer, but then I remember distinctly starting to stumble and getting that buzzed feeling, and my mom grabbing the cup and saying, "You are 14 years old." Grabbing it away, what are you doing? Right. So did she know? Yeah, but maybe no. At the same time, she was so consumed with that party for my brother and probably whatever was going on with her and my dad, and being the hostess that comes. I mean, me showing up with food, maybe and being a good hostess was not I saw that. I was modeled that, right?
Yeah. Maybe it wasn't a big deal until she saw you stumble and was like, "Oh shit, that's not okay."
Right.
And tried to
Yeah. Right. To where it was she grabbed the cup, and then it was I was cut off the rest of the night kind of thing, right? And then because my brothers were, drinking, smoking weed, and
did it progress? Did it progress from that point? Do you was there a correlation between I'm drinking and this feels good, I want to keep doing this, or it was just kind of it happened and then the addiction portion of you started?
The addiction portion of me didn't kick in for years. Okay. That was the first time I drank socially that I can remember drinking. The next time I drank was parents going through the divorce, right? Knowing that was happening. Went to 16. Stay. Just about. Yep. And going to stay it was before that. It was the summer before that. So I was a cheerleader. The dancing progressed up into being a cheerleader. It was easier for me to do that and be dropped off at cheer practice because my brothers played football. So I changed from dancing to cheer. Also, when we moved out here, I struggled to find a dance studio, but I was almost a toe point at that point, which is young. I was really good, and I loved it. And when we moved out here, it was hard to find a new studio, and I did. And I remember going and having to do a tryout for the instructor to find out like what class I was going to be in.
Yeah.
And she specifically said, I'm not going to put you on toe point. There's no purpose. You don't have the right body for a dancer, so I'm not doing that.
Wow.
And I was basically shut down that you don't have a ballerina's body. You never will. Like, there's no point in progressing your dancing. Yeah. So that was one of the first instances too. I was, 9 years old being told that I don't have a good enough body.
Ugh.
And I won't.
That's traumatic.
So
that's subconscious stuff that sticks with you for years.
Right about then was my mom, getting a bathing suit for the end of the year swim party. I feel like we're jumping around. Sorry. I remember her crying in the dressing room with me trying on bathing suits because she was apologizing to me for giving me the body that I have.
Again.
So I learned there.
What do they call that? Body
dysmorphia.
Dysmorphia.
Body shaming. Yeah.
Yeah. That sucks.
It all sounds like continuing on the trend of the slow drip of trauma.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy like nothing
physical abuse.
Yeah, nothing chaotic, like super chaotic, but like lots of like confusing emotional distress.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but to keep moving in the right direction, to keep the podcast going, how did the addiction progress?
So I used what I would consider like normal social using throughout high school, college, experimented with a handful of times with different things. Alcohol still remained my drug of choice. It was accessible. It was on the mode of like right, as far as morally right, ethically right. That is a big people pleaser, approval seeker. I'm not going to do something against the law, right, or against the rules. So the amount of times I used, I used mushrooms like 4 times in my life. I used ecstasy when it was popular, like in college, a handful of times on the weekends, where like with my friends or with it was always like someone else getting it, someone else having it, and me too, and jumping in and like I want to be part of. I want to be included. So I'm only going to be included if I drink. I'm only going to be included if I do a pill of E. I'm only going to be included, right? Like, so that was how my using was all the way through to like college. I got married to my boy's father. I was, moved in 21. Up to that point, had only done a handful of experimenting. And
you're 21 years old. You move in with a boyfriend. Move in with
the boyfriend. And
Sacramento still?
Yes.
Okay.
I've been here the whole time. I lived in college for a very short time, and that would be a whole other segment. In Italy for college. Lived in Florence. Drank when I was over there. Socially, everything like was legal. I was 19 at the time, but like, everybody's over there drinking, but nothing like crazy hungover, like nothing like where I went, right? Like everything blown. Up to that point.
It didn't feel like a problem yet.
None, yeah. And wasn't like drinking to blackout. I'm a puker, so I've always been a puker, but like nothing like, oh my God, where am I? Waking up in strange places, nothing like that. Just normal, like, drinking, maybe hungover, get up, go to work, like no drinking before work, nothing to that like kind of addictive the way that we use. When I was introduced through my ex to harder drugs. So unbeknownst to me was put in my drink.
He spiked you?
Yeah.
You're married?
I want to be very careful because I don't ever want my kids to.
Yeah, no parental disassociation. I get you.
Yeah.
These are facts, though.
Yeah, we weren't married yet, and then realizing that that's what that was in my drink that made me like, ooh, like let's get laundry done and clean the house and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm assuming it was meth.
Yeah.
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 Did you know he was using?
No.
Okay.
I thought the couple times he used was, and very social, like, and not that this is better, but I
I
thought it was
love
like
that. Social
coke.
meth user?
Right. But listen,
Yeah.
for him, and this is like, I have to be very careful on the crossover, because like the handful of times that I used that was very much for him too. The handful of times, it wasn't something that was like regular. It wasn't something that was done. It was like recreational, like got a hold of some, did some for one night, and then wouldn't for like months.
I got you.
So it was not used or smoked
You
or
haven't
shot
gone
or
full-blown
anything. No,
anything yet.
no.
So at this point,
and him either.
It's still recreational using.
Very recreational, and with him too.
When did it become a problem?
I had gastric bypass surgery in 2007. My youngest boy was 1, and I couldn't really drink after that. It's a whole thing. The surgery screws with your insides, your stomach, everything. And I processed alcohol differently. So I got drunk off of like one shot, one beer.
Wow.
And physically addicted like very, very quickly. And I mean, you can look it up, you can research it. If there's anybody out there listening that has had the surgery, they'll know like there's a complete difference in the way that you process.
I had a friend's mom when we were kids. We all used to party at their house, and she had it, and it totally changed for her. And it was like all of a sudden she's like stumbling around, sloppy drunk.
Right.
20 minutes into the party.
Right.
Yeah, it was a big difference.
It changed everything.
Yeah.
So that's when that happened. I had that surgery. Couldn't process really. So it was pretty clear, even like at that time, married with a husband, if people were coming over, where I would ask him like, hey, could you get something else? Because we're going to have people over and party tonight and I can't drink. Like, can you get a hold of that for me so that I can have a good time? But I can't drink anymore. Like the way that fucks with my body,
yeah,
I can't drink. So I want to still party and have a good time because, the grandkids are, my kids are going to grandma's. I was still socially like never used with my kids, never, drank around the kids. If they were going to go stay the night at grandma's or I was going to have a night off, we were going to go out and have a good time. I wanted something that I could do.
Yeah.
And so I would a handful of times do that, but then didn't want that to be a problem. And so very much it was like a push pull of like, what am I going to do to help give me some kind of release? And when I divorced my husband in 2009, because his problem had advanced with alcohol, true, like he and I, drug of choice is alcohol. But the focus was on him in a very codependent way. He has got a problem. Things aren't working. Like things are falling apart. I've got these 2 little boys. Marriage is really going down the tube. And he's gone. Now I have no one that can get anything for me. I'm not going to seek out anything myself. The only thing I can get a hold of is alcohol. So I'm going to do that. And this whole, like, I don't have to focus on him anymore. There's just me. And by the way, the emotional abuse that like I was going through with him, with my kids, now my kids are just going through without me because they're going to his house on a weekend. So I'm going to sit at home and drink. That's when it changed for me.
That hit.
So from 2009 to 2012, in that 3 years, I went from having a glass of wine at night when I didn't have the kids to just calm down to having a bottle under the bed.
Yeah, well, I guess once it goes like, under the bed, that's a clear signal.
Mean, that at the end when I got help, like it was to a point like I was drinking shots of vodka from the bottle that was under my bed to get out of bed. Like I was physically addicted, could not drink. And it was like 2.5 years. And it went from very like, for the first 6 months of the divorce, like, oh, I'm free. Like things are great. Like I got my kids. I was 30. Like I felt really good in my body. Like I felt good about myself. I wanted to, take care of me and, all that stuff. I was getting into a career. But that's when, drinking became a problem for me. And I got a DUI in 2012. It's the only legal trouble I've gotten in my life.
How long after you like went full blown drinking was that DUI?
So divorce was 2009, got the DUI in 2012.
All right, so a couple years later.
Yeah.
Few.
So like I said, it was a slow progression.
You originally got clean pretty quickly after that. You said 2013 is your original clean date?
Yeah.
That's fortunate.
And that was 6 months after being introduced to a detox. So I had the DUI. June of 2012, I went into a detox because my mom at that point, helping out single mom Lindsey, it was like, look, I'm not going to keep helping you and these boys. You need to figure this shit out. Like, you have a problem. It went from drinking when I didn't have the kids to now I'm drinking as soon as we get home from work and school to like someone else is going to pick the kids up from school so I can start drinking now. Like, it progressed. So summer of 2012, my mom at that point was like, it took me, she said it took me like 4 hours from her cutting me off to calling and saying, I'll take the help. Like I
Really?
Very much people pleaser, approval seeker, like to my core, guys, over any substance. That is what is the addiction for me.
I have a question about your boys. Did they see you like drunk?
Yes.
So it was clear to them.
Yes. Mom
drinks all the time now.
It was clear to them and enough in front of them that they would know when something, like they started to know, you know, that it wasn't. And so my youngest was born in 2006. So what age does that put him? He was 6 years old. He was about 6 years old between kindergarten and first grade. And he would notice my hand shaking. And for a period too, you guys, like the amount I was drinking in my head wasn't enough to make me an addict or an alcoholic. It didn't make sense to me that my body was that physically addicted to it. So if there was a period of time that I didn't realize that that's what was making me like physically ill, like that my drinking wine at night and being physically shaky the next morning.
You didn't see a correlation.
No. And I was put on Ativan for anxiety, which
drinking and Ativan.
Drinking, I didn't know. So here I was giving myself Ativan to trigger in your brain drinking during the day to come home and drink at night. And I did that for a good like 6 to 9 months, not knowing what I was doing.
That's a good chunk of time.
Yeah, up to the end. So I got help pretty quickly, but I still didn't think when I went through like a spin dry detox for a week, I was like, cool, yeah, I'm good. Do I really need to do that? No, I don't need a program. I don't need steps. I don't need any of that crap. Just need to get home to my kids. I'm good now. And everything's going to be okay. So it took me like another 6 months to really like decide that I'm going to go to meetings and have a clean date and like
6 months after you got out of there?
Yeah, because it was like June of 2012 is when I went through that detox. But my clean date is 3/11/13, right? Of like from there.
So after the detox, you drank again?
Yeah. Yeah. And decided like I had learned enough.
I'll do better this time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's going to be different this time.
Well, I'm not going to have a glass every night. I'm going to go back to, you know, at a birthday party or socially like at Christmas.
Every day is a birthday party.
But
somebody's fucking born like every day.
Yeah. Just like the trauma in my life, guys, though. Yeah. It's almost like my disease was a slow drip too, right? So you putting it in that term, it was the same thing with like the way that using caught up with me. So even then, though, once I made that decision and I got into the program, I started in the other fellowship because that was my drug of choice. And so
on this podcast, there isn't like this fellowship and the other fellowship. We're all 12 steps.
Great.
Yeah.
So like the original way that I found the 12 steps was through AA. And the first couple years and my first sponsor, all of those first steps, everything, like my sobriety date was 3/11/13. But I found that the other, that when I moved over and I was going to kind of both sets of meetings, I was going to NA, I was going to AA, I was kind of like, and I had people telling me I was doing things wrong and I had people telling me I needed to pick one. And, you know, there's a lot of misinformation, I think, that
people's opinions.
Yeah.
Just opinions.
And again, people pleasing and approval seeking, right?
Yeah.
I want to do what people want me to do. And God, if I'm going to hit this recovery thing, I'm going to be the best at it. I'm going to be the poster child, right? Because I got to get a gold star with this too.
So I'm sorry, listening to you and your whole story from childhood, do you have like repetition bouts of perfectionism?
Oh yeah.
It sounds like that you hit that sometimes or a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it well. I'm going to do it
You're
right.
going to be the best.
I'm going to be the best. I'm going to get my gold star. Very much a perfectionist.
I related
to that. If I believe that I'm not going to be good at something, I just won't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather not try something than try and fail.
I got you.
But if I think I might be good at something, I'm going to dive in, like feet first, figure it out, and be the best at it. Like, I'm going to do it. Yeah, very much so.
All right.
So, and it goes, to me, it like all packages very pretty, like with the people pleasing and approval seeking and perfectionism and, like detailed, just overly. Yeah.
What was your biggest fear when you got clean?
Judgment. Yeah. Shame. Judgment for being a recovering alcoholic or addict.
Like people that didn't know that you were an alcoholic or an addict finding out that you were.
And just putting that suit on.
Mm-hmm.
The admission.
So you were judging yourself as much as anybody else.
Oh yeah.
Did you find yourself like disappointed and angry and resentful at yourself at that time?
I still struggle with certain things that happen along the way or events or behaviors that I'm still angry at myself. I still struggle with shame.
Is it just shame that you're an addict, or is there stuff?
My kids.
Yeah.
What I put them through, my boys, to have dysfunction around them, to like, I didn't want to be a divorced mom. Super shameful that I couldn't make my marriage work. Very, very ashamed of that.
So you still feel that way?
Oh yeah. I mean, listen, I am remarried to another recovering addict. He is truly the healthy relationship for me, the love of my life. Like I would not be where I am today without the whole thing. So like I get that.
Yeah.
I do get that. But yeah, a lot of shame.
There's so this is where I eventually end up when I go through what you're going through with the shame and the guilt. First and foremost, the label or the attitude or the perception of what is acceptable and right and okay is all society built, right?
The morality.
Yeah, so I've learned that that's bullshit, right? So us listening to society is bullshit. What's normal that we found, what's normal with us, in our social circle is working on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Progress over perfection. What I've found, and I don't want to focus
shame and guilt's tough.
Yes.
It's tough because you can acknowledge like the reality around like, this is what it is for me. This is what happened.
Right.
Yeah. You can look at the logic and understand it, but there's still feelings associated with it that you don't really have any control over. And sometimes processing those is fucking almost out of your hands.
Yeah.
It's like it almost just has to play its course. Like for me, most of the time, feelings are going to do their own thing no matter what. And the sooner I can let them go, the better it is for me. However, there's a certain level of acceptance and processing that I can do that can help. And sometimes shame and guilt has been some of the toughest for me to deal with personally. It seems to cling on.
Yeah.
It seems to fucking hang out longer.
And it comes in waves just like feelings, right? So like, I don't wake up every day like bathed in shame and guilt, right? Like I have done work through steps. I've done even just like work in my marriage with my kid. Like and even in God doing like living amends work with my kids, right? I've sat and had discussions with my kids where like my own sons that are adults now, you know, that are 19 and 23 now, that are like, Mom, we didn't have a bad child. Like, I don't consider that I had a bad childhood. Like, you loved us. You did what you could. Like, it wasn't bad. And it was only bad for a really short amount of time. Like, give yourself a break. Like, my kids have even told me, like, let it go.
So your kids are telling you to put the bat down.
Yeah. My own children will say that to me. Like,
if I have shame and guilt around something, it typically is because, like, if I have shame and guilt, it's safe to say that whatever caused me to have the shame and guilt was a traumatic event for me. If it was a traumatic event for me, it typically causes me to rearrange the way that I approach certain scenarios in my life, interactions with people, whatever's going on. And if those become habits or patterns, it's almost like it fuels that shame and guilt to stick around longer because I'm acting differently to accompany the fact that I have shame and guilt for these things. And so it's like it makes it stick around longer. So then I have to dissect, like, all right, I'm treating this specific scenario or this specific thing in my life differently because I feel like I fucked up here and it's not allowing me the grace or the room to make the same mistakes again or to like do things differently. And so it solidifies that, like, the thing that caused the shame and guilt, like, it was wrong and and that was wrong of me.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
It like strengthens the shame and guilt. So like, if the behavior that I choose to use because of the shame and guilt and the trauma becomes a pattern, it's like there's layers of shit that I have to backtrack through, and it makes it harder. It makes it messy and confusing. And that process almost kept me from coming back to the rooms after, or it almost kept me from staying because I had so much shame and guilt around a relapse where I was like, I couldn't, like, it changed the way that I interact with people. It changed the way I felt about myself in the rooms. It changed the way. And so I started acting differently towards people, towards myself, towards recovery. Those actions became patterns and habits. It became a new normal. And then so, like, recognizing that and then having to, like, fight against that and then give myself a break on top of that, it made it hard. So I think that's why shame and guilt sticks.
Yeah.
It creates new patterns and habits that are hard to break.
Yeah, and with me relapse, the shame and the guilt that surrounded that. Now I will say that like for me, when that happened in my life, because again, the underlying thing is like the people pleasing, the approval seeking, the perfectionism, like that is something that doesn't go away when we stop using the drugs, right? Like we get into recovery, we start realizing that's just the symptom of what worked for us to get through. But then that's taken away, and I'm starting to work on what's really going on with me, which is identifying the people pleasing, approval seeking, identifying the behaviors, and then trying to work on and change those behaviors. So doing that work and then rebuilding a life, and I didn't even rebuild back. Like I got a new life. I got a new life completely when I found recovery. Like I was able to be, because of working on those behaviors and those character defects and going through the step working process, like I was able to become myself.
Authenticity.
I found a lot of that. And it's a process that, like, even though early on, like, and I only have found that recently after relapsing coming back, because I still in early recovery was just trying to be what everybody wanted me to be.
Yeah.
And just be good in the rooms too, and be the best sponsee and be the best sponsor and be the walking, talking big book. And like I still in those first years, like got a really good foundation of recovery in the process and did a lot of work on myself. But I also still was not being like real and authentic about my feelings in certain situations, and like my ability to take on and handle stress, and like saying I need help, like saying like it's enough or it's not enough. And so when I cracked kind of under the pressure of the weight of my new life and relapsed, I knew that like I needed to get right back in. I didn't like stay out for years. I didn't like stay in a like I relapsed and came right back 2 days later, right? Like I relapsed on a business trip and came back and tried to hang out and hide out a little bit before I was found out, and then like sabotaged myself to try and like have
you say that in like in a secret bad way. Like, what do you mean by and found out?
Like, because I drank on a business trip and came home, and like no one knew that I drank on that business trip. So I came home and like.
How long did you keep that secret?
For a couple weeks. And
Even
then
from your husband?
Yeah, from everybody, from anybody.
All right.
I was like, shit, I fucked up. I drank a glass of wine on a business dinner.
Boom, shame and guilt.
Mm-hmm. What the fuck am I going to do? Oh my God. All these years, my whole life, my best friend, my marriage, it's all going to go to fucking hell. I can't say anything. Oh my God. Like,
that's a lot.
And so And so what I did is I tried to sabotage myself and get a bottle of vodka and just dive head in right where I was, like when I left off years and years before. And I got trashed at home thinking my husband's going to come home and find me. And then I don't have to tell because like he's going to find me and then we can get me okay and better.
And start over.
Right. So I did that to like sabotage myself. And God love him. He came home. He thought I was just having a breakdown. Because of course, once I got that in me, you know, just like any good addict, it was like lies to the hilt of like, I haven't been drinking. I'm not, you know, so I was like, I'm having a breakdown, like you know, and my husband's like trying to scrape me off the floor and he's yelling to my son to come help. And he's like, I need to, he's thinking like, I need to call the hospital. Like she's having a breakdown. Like my wife's having a nervous breakdown. Cause I've been warning everybody, like, I can't handle this. I can't handle the stress. It's too much. But nothing was happening. I wasn't doing any work behind it. I was telling my sponsor, I can't do this too much longer. I was telling my husband, I can't do this too much longer. But like nothing was happening. And so when I finally, you know, relapsed and drank, it was like, they thought I was having a breakdown because I kept warning them it was coming.
Yeah.
But he goes and gets my son to help him and he goes, she's drunk. She's drunk. And my husband was like, no, she's having a breakdown. Like he didn't even and couldn't see or believe it. Right? Because he didn't want to. I mean, he's in recovery too, right? But my son, who had gone through it with me previously, knew exactly what was going on.
Oh, she's hammered.
Fucking hammered. Yeah. She's drunk.
Yeah.
And he left. I'm not helping you pick her up. Fuck her. You know?
I mean, we're laughing because it's funny in hindsight, but it's not funny at the time.
No. My like worst conversation after that. It's still hard for me is my older son saying, I'm not going to go through this with you anymore. I'm not doing this again.
That's heavy.
I still need my mom. And he was like 17 at the time.
Good for him, though.
He was like, I knew exactly what was going on. And I'm not doing this with you again.
Yeah, that's a good boundary for like, how young, 17, setting a boundary like that.
And he was like, I've done this before. I don't want to do it again.
Yeah.
And he was like, look, I still need you. I still need my mom. And that I still, it's hard. You know, that's so a lot of the shame and guilt that I have is very centered around my boys. The kind of mom I was or wasn't, you know, what I did or didn't do to affect them.
I imagine that probably would tie pretty closely to current fears today?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. What are your biggest, related to that or not? What are some of the bigger fears or the biggest fears that you face today?
That my kids are going to struggle as adults.
I have that.
That my kids are now adults. My boys, they're still with me. And I mean, look, with everything the way it is in the world right now too, and just financially and just all of it, right? For me, it's the fear that I didn't do a good enough job as a parent because of my own shit, that I didn't prepare them in a way to be successful adults. Or I didn't, not love them enough. They know that they're loved. But I didn't model enough healthy behavior for them, that they're going to struggle as adults too. I see my older boy that can't make a decision to fucking save his life. And he struggles with that. And it's perfectionism and it's people pleasing. And I watch his relationship with his own father just struggling for approval from his dad. And I see the same replication of behavior.
Is his dad able to provide him with that?
No.
See, that's like a very common, and we'll use that word again, systemic. Like that's a lifelong thing. That's a very common.
Do you have conversations with him about this stuff?
Somewhat, yeah.
Like try to process what this could be, what this looks like. Here's how we can deal with it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And in a way too, I've been very I am very proud of the fact that I never inserted myself into the relationship that they have with their own father, as far as I didn't keep them from him so that they could have their own relationship that had nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
And that I never spoke
Oh, I'm so glad I don't have kids.
Ill will.
bad,
Fuck,
you know what I mean? Badly about
So there was no parental disassociation by you.
and I was very careful of things didn't work out, but we both are accountable. I've never wanted to be the reason why they do or don't have a certain relationship with their dad. They have their own relationship with their dad. They're going to have to sort that out on their own, the way that I have had to do with my own parents. And I can't do that for them. I do understand that I can't do that for them. All I can do is be their mom and guide them in this way. But I'm very aware of, those behaviors and what I see. And
I can't imagine having to deal with the responsibility of that, of trying to figure out how to be responsible for young people while I'm trying to figure out how to be responsible for this young person.
Yeah.
It fucking blows my mind.
You got enough to worry about.
I can't imagine, dude. I cannot fucking imagine.
Well, yeah, and look, I had my oldest and then turned 23 5 days later. And then I had my youngest when I was 26 and a half. So 3.5 years later. I was too young.
Yeah.
I was too young.
It's pretty common. I mean, mid to early 20s is pretty common.
I didn't feel like a teen mom, but at the same time, knowing me now,
where you were at in
was
life
too
at that
young,
time.
we were living on our own and we were able to financially support them. And it wasn't like that, but emotionally, me and my husband at the time, we were not emotionally prepared to be parents. Now, he already was. My stepdaughter was 4 when I met my first husband. And so I feel maybe I put pressure on myself too to keep that going because he already had one, right? But he was 18 and had a kid with his high school girlfriend that didn't work out. There was no reason for us to rush into continuing a family, but I did. Because part of that was I don't know, maybe trying to fix the family I never had. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So all of that crap comes into play. Like we fucked each other up, you know? Like we just did. We were too young. We didn't know.
It's a story of an addict's life, dude.
Right?
Everyone's just fucking each other up.
Seriously. And not out of ill will. We
were just so toxic and dysfunctional in the first place.
Figure it out, dude.
Yeah,
we're just trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
and we called it normal.
I was just trying to be what he wanted, right?
Maybe even just
what he wanted.
Maybe even what you think what he wanted too.
Right, it wasn't even what he wanted.
Yeah,
because Lord knows I won't stop long enough to figure that out. I just figure out what I think you want.
He's got a kid with somebody else. I better figure out how to do that.
Right,
yeah. Right. And here we are.
Yeah.
So other than the fear of the kids struggling as they get older, is there anything else that stands out currently?
I just said this last night to my husband. Death.
Fear of death?
Fear of death. I get that one creeps in every once in a while.
Like anxiety around it.
Yeah, what does that look
like? How you're going to die, or that just life is going to end? Life is going to end. Yeah.
The fear, ye have little faith, is what, my husband said to me. Ye have little faith. Like, come on, babe. Like, you have and I believe in a higher power. I have one. I have one that loves me unconditionally. Like, I have a relationship that I work on with a higher power. Like, I do believe that. I don't know that I believe it I wasn't raised in any. I was raised in a church. My parents were raised in a church, but it was on the holidays, right? It was where I went in a bonnet and a dress and a bow and to look good and do a prayer.
Is your higher power? Is your higher power today a specific thing? Are you Christian? Are you Buddhist? Are you?
It's funny because I would say that I'm Christian-ish.
So do you believe in Jesus, heaven?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So you could just say it's up in the air.
I have a Sky Daddy.
Sky Daddy. Isn't that what J Dub says?
I like that.
I've heard that before, and I thought it was a great thing.
That's good. Yeah.
Sky Daddy.
I've never heard that. I like that.
No, I truly believe because it's evidence in my life. There is clear evidence in my life that I have something guiding me. That there is but is it connected with nature? I don't know. I feel it when I'm around the ocean, right? Is it in a certain building? There are buildings I've been to that I can feel a presence. I can't describe it, but I can feel it, right?
No, maybe it's as simple as dying is just part of
it's part of the
circle of life. Yeah, you go back to the earth.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But for me, and I think this stems back to everything else that guides me or fears behind me, I can't fucking control it, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And so that unknown aspect of it is what is so ground shakingly scary for me.
A lot of
I don't know what it is, and no one around here can fucking tell me because they're gone. So if no one can tell me what I need to prepare myself for, how am I supposed to prepare myself for it?
Older people sitting in rest homes or stuff, they're like, man, sitting around waiting to die is the hardest.
Oh, I'm sure. I don't want that for myself.
Yeah, just
Lord
trying
knows,
to, Yeah. Just that's coming, and I'm too decrepit to do anything, and I'm losing my mind, and whatever's happening, just kind of.
That's part of the fear.
It's sketchy.
Yeah,
it's sketchy. I got a buddy that's got it written out. I was just talking to him on the phone, and I didn't know, but he's got it written out in a a will or whatever.
Living trust.
No, it's a
manifesto.
Health. What is the
the document
directive?
A health
directive of some sort. Yeah. And he's got the money already set aside in a will or a trust to fly to a different country to be disposed of and then flown back if he gets to the point where he's declining beyond a certain point that he doesn't want to
Like Kevorkian? Like someone take him somewhere and take him out?
Yeah, pretty much. Like he's
Fly me to this country and kill me and then bring me back?
like assisted suicide.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I
Kevorkian.
guess you can do it in like certain states, but I guess it's tougher.
Yeah, there are certain states you can do that now.
Yeah, well, I think Sweden. I think it's Sweden. You can go over there. It's like 12 grand, 13 grand, and then so like the biggest expense is transporting the body back. And so he's got it mapped out to where.
Well,
Yeah, I'm not like that. I don't.
That's
morbidly-
encouraging.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So if it gets rough,
Yeah. I think like my fears are heavily associated with my children, because I feel a very I still have this huge like responsibility that like they grew in my and maybe it's female. I think as a parent, I don't know, Kevin, I know that you're a father, but they grew in my body and they're on this earth literally because of me. So I feel this deep sense of responsibility for their life.
same part of you that probably feels the responsibility to people please and all that stuff too.
Yeah, they are not here because they wanted to be here. I fucking grew them in my body and put them here.
I think
Yeah, it's
to
even
a
So
certain point.
I have a heavy sense of like responsibility and duty.
To a certain point, that's true. For me, the more I worked the steps, the more I understood that it's outside of my control.
Sure.
And so I was taught and shown that the best we can do as parents right now, because the learning is all done, they already
Right.
learned what they can, is to set the example.
Right.
That's what we
So,
can do.
so
and,
my focus,
and surrender.
Yes. Because my
Yeah.
focus now and my biggest thing is like, I believe in a higher power, but they have their own higher power.
But
So just as I have my higher power that guides me, I have got to find room to have faith that they have one guiding them
yeah,
and allow that to be.
Or they
And I try and take that back all the time.
stop that.
they don't, and it's still out of your control.
Right.
Yeah.
It's still out of my control.
Yeah.
So I think my fears at this point are heavily surrounding them and their activities, right? And or my own mortality of like, still, am I doing enough? Am I enough?
Did you do enough before you die? Is that part of it?
Part of it, or yeah, am I doing enough now? What if it's gone tomorrow? Did I do enough?
Oh fuck.
Oh,
dude.
so
Right? So every night I go and I told, and this is an old like 80s movie, and I just talked about it yesterday with someone trying to describe, because I'm also, the timing of this is perfect. I'm very, very much riddled with a lot of anxiety currently. In fact, like I've gotten to a point where like raw dogging my anxiety isn't working anymore, and I need to like do something more about it.
So are you seeking
So
help?
yes, like I have a doctor's appointment on New Year's Eve, which is great. Like I'm gonna start,
Right on.
I think that's kind of fitting. It's not like I asked for it; it was just what they gave me. But I was like, okay, cool. Like I'm starting the process of knowing that what I've done so far is great work, but I need more. Right.
Is it a doctor's appointment or a therapist?
So it's a doctor's appointment to help with the therapy, but it's the way that my insurance had to start with
Okay,
the
so
process.
you're
It's the
seeking
first
therapy.
cog in the wheel, right? I'm seeking, I'm seeking actual help surrounding my anxiety in a medical fashion,
Perfect.
which is great because it's something, like I said, I have tried to just will and work steps on, and I do acknowledge that I've gotten a lot of acceptance and I've done a lot of work on myself through the steps. And it's been, like the person I am today is definitely not where I was. Right. But I do see that I need more because the way that these fears,
Our literature says that at some point we need to seek outside help to address the issues that the steps can't address.
Right.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
something along that. I probably butchered that.
And thank God not everything is revealed at once. Like there's the whole, I mean, God, I used to hate that saying, more will be revealed. I fucking hated that saying. Like because it's in my nature. I just want to know. Just tell me what I need to know now. Like, tell me what I need to do. Give me this. If you give me, I used to look at the 12 steps as in like, I'm just going to do these 12 and I'm going to graduate, just like 12 grades. You just do these and then we're done. So in that very like linear, detailed fashion, I just give me the steps of what I need to do and I will do them.
And you check off the box.
Yes. And so I can't do that. And I realize, I can just keep, working every day to try and be a better human. And there are certain things that continue to come up for me that aren't going away that I need to, take just a deeper look at. And maybe it doesn't have to be this hard.
No, it really doesn't. Honestly, I mean, this is, if Josh called me and said all that to me, he knows that the first thing I would say to him is do the 2-foot drop. Because all that shit is bouncing around in your head.
Yeah.
And so if you leave it there and you do the 2-foot drop to your heart, from your head to your heart, in your heart, this is a true question here. In your heart, do you believe that you're a good person? Do you truly believe that you're, feel it, try to feel it. Are you a good person? And don't use the word but. Is it that hard to do the 2-foot drop?
I hope so.
You hope that you're a good person?
Like, I think I am.
Don't use that word. Feel. Because think you're still up in your head.
Yeah.
How do you feel about yourself? And this has a lot to do with humility. I don't know what your definition of humility is, but for me, and this is what Steve taught me, is that, like being right-sized. So that's accepting yourself with all your character defects and all your assets.
I feel in my heart that I'm doing the best that I can every day.
Yeah. Do you feel that you treat people good?
Yes.
Do you feel that you don't intentionally cause harm? Do you intentionally cause harm to people?
No, I intentionally try not to.
Okay.
So, yes, I'm a good person.
There it is. You're a good person. So that's where I would tend to lead you on this journey, is the acceptance that, we do have stuff that we have to clean up. We do have character defects, but we're not horrible people. I wake up every day with the intention not to cause harm to myself or others.
Yeah. Yeah, I wake up with the intention of doing better.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, if you focus on that, it's kind of hard not to attach that you do things wrong to it. So if you could formulate that in an aspect where, like, you're going to be the best you can be instead of try to do better, because then you're always looking back at you making mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So today I'm just going to be the best person I can. Does that resonate with you?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is hard stuff.
Yeah.
So the fears are around your kids and mortality. Anything else standing out for you?
No, that's it.
Like there's a lot of things that you go, oh, I had this fear too, or I have that. Like, I mean, there's stuff.
Heights.
No, that's not a fear.
Heights.
You and me both, sister.
Like I could not be in a high hike on a cliff.
No.
That kind of fear. But no, it really is centered around
okay.
Mortality and the kind of, and in that mortality, like, not the way I'm going to die, like being a good human when I die.
But we just agreed you are a good person.
But that's where the fears are surrounding. Right?
I get you.
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah. So obviously, we can't, for me anyway, I work on these things, and some days are easier than others, and some days it's really easy to get out of bed and be a good human, because I am a good human and I know
Fuck
that I
yeah.
am. And there are days where I wake up and it's more of a struggle, or at the end of the day, I feel like I'm on trial for my life just so I could get some peaceful rest.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I lay down at night, it is hard for me. I almost feel like I have to, in my head, face a like judge and trial just to like prove that I did enough so I could just rest tonight.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way that my anxiety works for me.
Yeah.
Right.
I see a lot of expectation in that.
Yes. Yeah. It's centered around, did I do enough today? Was I good enough today? Was I a good human today? Like that retrospective look of like having to prove that to my own brain so it will shut off so I could sleep.
Yeah.
Right. And some nights it's like, and I go to bed because it was an easy day for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And there are some days emotionally, physically, like mentally, whatever, that it's just tougher.
So eventually I would want you to get to a place that you can honestly in your heart say, I am enough.
Yeah.
I am enough.
That is what I struggle with.
Yeah.
Continually.
Fear of failure for me sometimes.
Yeah. And success. I feel like they go kind of hand in hand. I fear
both I do.
Of them.
I am exactly the same way. Yes. Yeah. If I succeed, then more will be expected of me.
Right.
Yeah. I have that same fear.
Yeah. But I don't want to fail.
Fuck them people, whoever put that on me.
Yeah. But I don't want to fail.
No.
Oh, heaven forbid I can't fail.
Yeah. I do that with photography.
It's like this weird, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So fears, resentments. Now, if you can, when you first got clean, try to not say like, oh, but I've worked through this resentment, so I don't have it anymore. But can you actually sit in that resentment that you had when you first got clean? A lot of times, this is just for examples, like resenting parents, resenting authority.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When I first got into recovery with all of the things I was riddled with that I had no tools to sort through.
Gotcha.
Immediately, I mean, other than myself, huge.
Yeah.
First and foremost, mad at myself, angry with myself.
Resentment is attached to shame and guilt because of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So that has always been the juggernaut for me, is my own shame and guilt, my own resentment toward myself and my behaviors, and how did you get here, and blah, 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 blah. But other than that, surface value, like my parents, right? My mom, for allowing me to be the helper, for having that codependent relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why wasn't I allowed to just be a kid? Why did I have to be the one that had to help you and fix you? And why was I in that role? Right?
Yeah.
My dad, for not showing me that like emotional love, right? Like I was never, and that goes back to like, again, we like veered away from it, but like the body issues and stuff, right? Like my dad never told me like that I was pretty, or like, told me like he never just hugged me and said like, I love you, or like you're a pretty girl, or like he never, you know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
But I do know what you're saying.
Like
my dad never hugged me and said any of that stuff either.
Yeah, like he would give me the number of days, like I said earlier, of hugs and kisses before he was going to be gone, but that was it. That was the extent. Like he never brushed my hair. He never told me I was pretty.
So there's you weren't daddy's
affection.
girl?
I was as much as he probably would love to think we have a better relationship than we do. But no, I was never daddy's girl. It was not like that.
So resenting your dad for being emotionally unavailable.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got you.
And not showing me and not modeling for me what
a healthy
romantic relationship should look like between a woman and a man.
I love that you know
that
aspect of that relationship that carries on into your adulthood. Like your childhood view of relationships is what you take with you into adulthood.
Yeah. So I did not have a good representation of what a healthy relationship, marriage, romantic relationship looked like. They did not hurt and abuse and fight and yell, but they didn't love. It was very like platonic.
You looking back, did you carry that on into like your relationships? Did you find men that were emotionally unavailable?
No, well, no. My first husband was emotionally abusive and explosive, and it was like the opposite. It was almost like I saw the dysfunction of what no passion was with my parents, and I sought 180 and got all of the passion and fighting and name calling and from that. So I knew that I didn't want what they had, which was like
you were an overachiever in that area.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So
and then realize that ain't healthy either, right? Because that's not good. So yeah.
What other resentment that you can? What about today?
It's myself. I still struggle. I struggle with resentment, and it ties to the shame and guilt. But like I said, it's not an everyday thing.
So it's not debilitating.
No. Anger isn't a easy emotion for me. Like I know it's secondary, but it's not one that I feel like. Girls are sugar and spice and everything nice. We are not supposed to be angry.
You should have told that to my oldest boy's mom.
Right. I was very much raised with that like little girls are not supposed to be angry or violent or mean or emotionally destructive or outburst or so I very much was like be in that box. So even into adulthood, anger is not a comfortable emotion for me.
Right? Yeah, I get you. So besides those resentments, do you have anything that's current today besides yourself?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So that's pretty good work then.
No. I've gotten to a place too, an acceptance and accountability too, that I very quickly am able to see where my part is and or pause.
Yeah.
To work through the feeling to get to that side. So I've gotten I think in the past there was a lot of martyrism kind of I'm the victim stuff that came with that, right? But look at everything I do and I've tried so hard, right? And I just have done everything I can to please them and I'm still not enough. A lot of that like victim martyrism stuff that I have done a lot of work around. And, so I get to a place of accountability and acceptance and where's my part pretty quickly before it gets to like resentment.
Yeah. It sounds like you're already applying the 2-foot drop in that aspect.
In that aspect. Yeah. But when it comes to me.
Yeah. That's that self-deprecation.
Yeah. It's like, it's in there locked tight deep.
Yeah, you learned that somewhere along the line in your life that you learned that.
Could have even just been self-preservation.
Yeah, it could be.
All right, so in that slow, like trauma.
Yeah. So fears, resentments, reservations. First got clean, and then if you have any today.
Reservations.
So when you first got clean, it could be reservations like I'm going to get loaded if this happens or anything. And then today, it doesn't have to be about getting loaded. It could be about acting out in some other way.
Yeah. So for me, the way that the people proving, all of that stuff. So not putting any drugs in my body, but I've also had a huge, I know I talked about the surgery, but transformation around like physical and like my relationship with food, my relationship with my body dysmorphia, health, consistency with the gym, like not going up and down and back and forth and yo-yoing, right? Like a really like bad struggle with my body.
Yeah.
too.
Was food an addiction?
Oh, yeah, I think yes. To an extent, yes, because I could control it. What I put in my body.
Yeah.
How I
Gotcha.
put in my body, feelings around it. But mostly it was centered around the focus on my body than it was the food itself.
Your focus or outside focus?
Outside focus.
Oof.
Like
That's
from when I was
toxic.
little, from learning that I didn't have a dancer's body, from, my mom crying that I had her body, because I was super tiny, but I developed overnight and was like the only one. And then I had frizzy hair, glasses, and boobs in 3rd grade. And it just was
Third grade?
too much. Yeah.
That's early.
Overnight.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Why did I say that? It's not up to me what's early or not. that was
what
silly.
you normally, what you see. But
Yeah.
so it was less food addiction in the way that I've heard from other people that struggle with food, that they get a sense of relief from like food from eating.
Yeah.
Right? That when they eat, they get that sense of ease that drugs and alcohol did for them. I don't have that. It's very easy for me to have something that tastes really good and put it down and not finish it.
So
Whereas
not
true
addiction,
food addicts are like,
yeah, not addiction in the
There's
traditional
no stop or
aspect.
self-control. Right. For me, it's the addiction of the perception of my body.
Yeah.
I cannot put that in my body because what it might do. And if my body doesn't look a certain way, then I am not enough.
I gotcha.
And the feelings about my body.
We had somebody on another episode that talked a lot about body dysmorphia in society.
Yeah.
It's just so toxic.
So I learned at a very young age that my body was not good enough and it was not going to be enough, and that I was predispositioned to be built a certain way that was not pleasing.
Yeah.
And then that was fed into, and then it was like, it got worse.
I come across this a ton when I'm doing photography of portraits and like my artistic style and what I see through the lens, and I'm taking a picture and I really like the picture artistically. And then the subject, the model, would see the picture and go, oh, I hate that. I hate that picture of me.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it going, this is a fucking killer picture of you.
Yeah.
And
we're all our own worst critics.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And what I'll tell them is that if you can get past your own judgments and what your friends see when they see this picture, they're seeing you. They're not judging, or they're accepting you for you.
And when I am, so we didn't, maybe because this is the stuff that is feeling really, really good and healthy for me, and I'm sharing some of the stuff I still struggle with.
Yeah.
But I've gotten to a place that like, I realize that when I'm sitting here just authentically being me in front of you, you are seeing just me authentically, that I'm not posing or trying to put in any certain way. So if you capture that in a picture and I don't know you're taking a picture of me and you get like a candid and I'm just being me, that's what everybody sees.
Yeah.
It's what everybody sees regardless.
Right.
Yeah.
So like when I look at that and I go, oh God, that's what you're seeing. You just snapped an image in time.
Yes.
And I'm looking at it, but you're seeing that. And that's who you
That's
love
what everybody knows.
and know and still choose to be around me.
Yes.
So who am I to judge that?
Yes.
Right. So I have gotten
That's a process.
Yes, but I've gotten to a place of I'm okay there. But that in itself has taken
A long
a
time.
lot of work.
I've seen the work in other people, and it does take a while.
And
good for you.
And even for me, and recent, like, since you've known me, you've seen my body change. I have let go of like a little over 70 pounds now that I took on and gained a little bit in relapse. But then also like until, and I just described this because I had a female in recovery say like, what are you doing? What did you do? And I want to do the same thing. And, you know, like, give me your tools, right?
Yeah.
And the simplest thing I could tell her is that it has been a consistent process of so many different things, including diet and exercise and medication and doing what I need to for my body. But beyond all of that, until I did the emotional work, my body didn't let go.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter
Fuck yeah.
how hard I tried. It didn't matter if I was in the gym or not. It didn't matter if I was on fucking keto diet or this diet or that diet. Until I was emotionally ready to take a look at what was really going on with me, my body didn't let go.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I did, I started letting go. And I've been able to maintain and keep it off for more than a year. And I'm not on any medication, and I'm not doing anything crazy, and I'm not on a regimen, and I'm not like...
Do you feel free?
Oh, in so many ways.
Because that's the
In
aura.
so many ways.
That's the aura when we talk about this in your present state, and even when, you know, outside of this podcast episode, I've always felt that you feel freer now.
Yeah.
Not that you're on any of those things, regiment or any of this.
Right.
It's just that you're paying attention.
Yeah.
Is that a good
Yeah.
way to describe it?
I know what I just like emotionally, I just want to be a better person.
Yeah.
I just want to do the best that I can today and be aware of my accountability in every situation, which stems back to anything.
Yeah.
Including the way I fuel my body.
That's cool.
But within that, like, I'm a baker. Like, I bake for
Yeah.
everybody, and it's my love language to bake and to feed and
That's
to
my
cook,
love language
and,
is to feed
and I
people.
love to do that. But that doesn't mean that I have to eat every single bit.
Is there any
Because I've
reservation?
had people ask me, like, how the hell did you manage to get control of, like, your physical health when you do this? And it's like, because the one doesn't have to feed the other,
Yeah. I get
you know?
that.
But it's been this, like, dichotomy I've been asked.
Reservations today.
So the reservations today, I really don't have, like, oh my God, if this happens, there's
A
no
lot of
way.
people don't have. A lot of people don't have them.
I don't. I know, and I just vocalized it because of where we are right now in the time of year, that we just had an amazing holiday with my mom. And I'm very close because of that codependency and everything else, and the work that I've been able to do. And that she really tries to take on almost in a martyrism kind of way, like, I fucked you up and I did this. And she realizes.
That's promoting the guilt and shame.
Yes, but she also realizes, like, what role she played in me turning out the way that I did, in the same way that when I see her do that with me, it makes me very aware of what I don't want to do with my boys.
Atta girl.
In that same way of, like, the way that I feel responsible for them, right?
Yeah.
And part of that is I don't want to do what she has done, right? Or make it be like, you're this because of me. And it's like, stop with that. Like,
Your mom doesn't have the tools of the program.
No, she doesn't. And she doesn't want them, right? Like, she hasn't tried. She doesn't want to Al-Anon or anything. But just having had, like, the work that we've done on our relationship, that it has moved from a very codependent, I need you relationship, and she thrived on me needing her help when I was a single mom with my boys.
Mm-hmm.
She thrived on being needed. My mom needs you to need her, right? And then she can use that in a way as an emotional weapon, right?
Yeah.
So I've had to do a lot of work around that relationship. But having said that, she's super important in my life. And so I know that when it comes time for her to pass, that those first holidays without her are going to be gut-wrenching, right? Like I know that life without her is going to be shifted in a way that I can't prepare myself for.
Yeah.
Because there's no way to prepare myself for that. I can think I am. But I don't know what those feelings are going to be when they're actually here. I can try and prepare myself
Have you
for
had
that.
anybody pass away in your life?
I have, like, my grandparents, but
Yeah.
like,
Were you close with them?
yes. And I went through grief much younger. I was much younger,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but in the relationship that I have with my mom, which is very different than any of those relationships, I know that there's only so much preparation I can do, and the rest is just going to be what it is, and it's going to be those feelings when they're here. But because of that, like I don't really have a reservation because I already know that that's not going to be easy. Like I'm going to have to like use my tools, and I'm going to have to use my people, and I'm going to have to let myself feel. And so in that fashion, I don't have a reservation, right? Because I'm already acknowledging that that's not going to be something that's easy.
It sounds
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it sounds like if there's going to be anything that's really emotionally that's going to fuck you up, it's going to be that. And not necessarily you're going to act out in a certain way around it, but that's
I know that relationship
huge pivotal point
is a
there's a little bit of fear about the pain that will happen.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. But also because that relationship has systemically been tied to me and who I am from such a young age that like that's going to be a shift. Like my life will shift when that happens. Right? Because from a very young age, it's been part of who I am in relationship to her.
It sounds like you're getting prepared
I'm
emotionally
aware.
and spiritually for this.
I'm aware of it.
All right.
I'm aware of it. But that is about as far, like, because when I think about reservation, I've heard people say like, oh no, when she dies, it's going to be bad. It's all this, it's that. And it's like, yeah, I'm already aware of how that relationship affects my life. So I'm already like aware of it to where it's not really a reservation, but it's something that I know it's going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've,
there's not really much I can do about it, though.
You've witnessed, because we've been around our friends that have lost, and we know that they stayed clean through it.
Yeah. Even the ones that say I won't be able to.
Yeah.
They still get through it.
Yeah.
I don't have anything, and I never really have where I'm like, if this happens, I'm getting loaded.
Yeah.
It's never been a thing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, does that mean things have happened and I've gotten loaded? So,
yeah.
But it wasn't like on my radar. It wasn't
and maybe this experience has changed me too. Previously, I would have, if you had talked to me the day before the business trip where I ended up drinking out that business dinner, if you had asked me, like I worked a third step 2 days before that trip. Like I was fully like in constant, like in my recovery. My whole life was in recovery. There's no way. Ask me a day before. Ask me earlier that day before that dinner as I'm getting ready.
Wasn't on your radar.
No.
Yeah.
It wasn't a reservation.
Shit happens. We're fucking drug addicts.
So because I've gone through that process, maybe I'm also aware that like a reservation doesn't mean fucking shit. Because that took me out.
Yeah.
Like that. And I had no way a reservation about being around alcohol at a work dinner function.
No, I hear you.
So to me, I guess I don't put a lot of weight or stock in that in reservations because I more am aware of making sure that I'm spiritually like doing the things I need to do and being authentic about when I'm struggling, because that is the breakdown for me before I relapsed. I was telling people like, I can't do it. I can't do this much more. And oh my God. And I'm stressed out. But I was not being authentic to myself to say like, you're in a world of fucking hurt and you need to get some help, because if you don't, you're taking yourself out. And I didn't do that.
Yeah. So I'll say this, throughout my years, I have seen many, many members go to meetings every day, talk to their sponsors every day, work the steps all the time, and still get loaded. And the one thing that I've seen over and over is that they weren't applying the spiritual principles in their life. And that's in the hindsight of all that, that's the most common thing that they've said is, I wasn't applying spiritual principles. If I applied a spiritual principle when it was time to get loaded, I wouldn't have gotten loaded. So
yeah, if I had just been honest with myself
about honesty,
what was going on with my own feelings.
Good call.
I could have avoided that.
So the practice of spiritual principles can save your life.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's fears, reservations, resentments.
Was it
assets.
Assets next?
Yeah. So let's take a quick break and we'll be right back. All right. So assets. We sometimes have difficult naming our own assets. Do you feel confident that you can?
Yes.
Do you have
I have a lot of really good qualities about myself that I think without sounding like a arrogant a-hole, I think I do have, maybe it's because of the people play. It doesn't really matter why. I'm good with people. I'm good in my professional life. I can jump on the phone or in a meeting and guide like a meeting, even in professional realm, and talk to people.
So you're good at communicating.
Yeah, and I have a way though of making people feel at ease with themselves enough to, like, in an aggressive situation, and I'll use like a business function, someone where it's a difficult conversation. We got to talk through something difficult that is perceivably negative. I can get on the phone or on a Zoom or in person. It's actually better when we're in person because I have a nature of allowing people to feel comfortable, to feel heard. Like I'm listening, not just to be the first one to speak next, but like I want to hear what you have to say. And then let's talk about what that means and where we need to do or be to like progress on.
That's a great asset.
So it sounds like communication, listener, problem solver, maybe empathetic.
Yeah.
What are some other ones?
That's a great sponsor. All that.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I don't consider it's funny. So
what you're going to say?
I have a little sticker that says best sponsor ever on my cup that one of my sponsees gave me. And it's kind of a joke because I told her when I started working with her that I'm not a good sponsor.
So
it's funny.
Self-deprecating already?
Yes.
Stop that.
Yeah, I know. But really, I do think I have a way of making people feel like they can be themselves with me. That they don't have to put on
You have an attractive, authentic personality.
I feel like I attract the same people, right?
Okay.
Or I allow people to be themselves. So I do feel like that's an asset that I have. I know that I'm a really good cooker and baker. I know that I'm pretty proud and confident in that. Like if someone tastes something that I make, if they don't tell me that it's like fucking amazing, like I'll be disappointed maybe because of the perfectionism or whatever. But it's also I'm proud of the fact that like, no, you're bullshitting. If you don't like that, it's because you don't like an ingredient and there's nothing I can do to make you like olives. But like, I know that I'm a good cook. I know that I'm good at taking different flavors and knowing how they blend and mix up and melt.
I know she's a good cook too.
Yeah. Like I'm proud of that. That's one of the things I'm proud of is that like, I feel like that's a skill, a culinary skill that I have that like, and part of that goes into, I guess, again, then people, right? Nurturing, taking care of people. I do think it's a skill that I have. It doesn't matter that I feel like I came about it in a fucked up way, right?
No, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, defects can be assets when maybe
when they're applied differently.
Maybe you're a provider.
Yeah,
or
I'm a good nurturer.
A supportive person.
I love that word, nurturer.
Nurturer,
because that's what I was missing as a child. Any type of parental nurturing.
Yeah.
So
like one of the things that makes me most proud is my boys that are adults now with their like friends or, you know, other people. One of the things that they say, and I love it, is there's no point in me going and spending my money on that trash food. My mom cooks better than any restaurant and I will gladly eat at home any day.
Yeah.
Like I love that. I love that and their friends and like, my oldest said the other day, you know, his friend really, really likes this place and he just can't wrap his mind around why he would even eat that trash because there's no way that that's better than, you know, and it's a certain type of food, right? That I make that my son is like, yeah, no, you've ruined me on going to certain restaurants or certain foods because you make it so good that I cannot eat that now,
I don't think that's a problem.
Like, no, I love that. Like, I'm so proud of that I've been able to provide for them, to nurture them in a way that they see that, like, now as adults, and now I'm teaching them to do that for themselves.
Cool.
Right?
What other specific assets can you list?
Yeah, like
I'm good.
Caring.
I'm good with people. I'm caring. I'm loving. I'm understanding. I'm compassionate.
There we go.
Empathetic.
I'm empathetic. I'm sympathetic. There is a difference. I'm smart.
There we go.
I'm really smart. I have a really weird, good memory of like Jeopardy information. You know,
Random facts.
Yeah. I cling on to them, but like I'm the one that like will sit in a room and be able to answer something. And how the fuck did you know that? Like my lovingly like sarcastic nickname in the family is Google. They call me Google. Just ask Google. She knows.
That's hilarious.
Just ask Google. And my son, the oldest one that is a lot like me, we call him Google Maps. Because he knows, he
Places.
Instinctively has good sense of direction to know where he is and how to get somewhere and like get in the left lane. And he knows how to navigate where he is situationally, right? So we call him Google Maps and I'm Google. And
my son-in-law is the random fat guy.
Yeah.
I love it about him.
Yeah. For whatever reason, I hope that it doesn't come across in a know-it-all. Like, that's where it can become a defect of like, fuck, enough. No one cares.
But there's a difference, though. You know, do you remember Cheers, the show?
Yeah,
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cliff Clavin, the random fat guy.
Yeah.
You know,
fucking Sadie must ask me fucking 40 questions a day because I got a bunch of random. I'm always researching, and she wants information, and I've got a bunch of random information
stuff that you know now,
dude. Yeah,
because you looked it up for her.
Well, no, just because I look things up all the time.
Yeah,
I'm constantly researching something.
Now, see, and I don't think I'm good at that, which is funny.
You just like bits and pieces you've gathered through life. They stick. Interesting.
They stick. So I have a really good memory. So if I experience it, like, I will remember it. If I am in a situation and I see it, hear it, live it, like, I will remember it. And that's where I'll get, but I am not a big, let me sit down and research this.
Is it a clear, like, I remember this for a fact, or is it like, I think I recall this and you like kind of piece it together?
It just comes to me.
Yeah.
It just comes to me.
I get it. Yeah.
I don't even know when I learned it, but I learned it.
And it stuck
said it,
somewhere.
heard it, saw it. Like, when I will watch Jeopardy, have always. I enjoy watching it. And when I do, I will sometimes blurt out an answer and I don't even fucking know where I got it. But I got it somehow, somewhere, and it stuck. But it wasn't because I have this, like, I envy people that want to research, that want to sit down.
What about the people that don't want to but still do it anyway, obsessively?
Well,
that's you.
Yeah, that's funny.
Hey, so do you remember literature off the top of your head?
Sometimes, yeah, or lines. I'm a big, like, movie quote. Like, I'll, throw out a movie line and it'll come from nowhere.
Oh, I do that too.
And, it just sticks in there.
I was thinking about NA literature.
Oh,
or big book literature. I can't.
I don't. I can remember, like, what a book is about, but I don't quote lines.
We have a friend.
I'm not a memorization person.
We have a friend that is.
Yes.
And whenever he's with us, Josh and I and our friends, if we ever want to look something up in our literature, we just have to ask him.
Yeah.
And he was going,
certain people do, but that's, repetition of being, I think I'm more experiential, of what I've applied to my life.
Yeah.
So when I apply something, when I live it, that's when it just becomes part of, I think, who I am, and I hang on to it. And so it's just there.
Cool.
That kind of thing.
So assets, those are all good assets.
Yeah.
Great. Any last ones you want to throw in there?
No, I don't think so.
That's a good look.
Funny.
I don't consider myself funny.
I do, though.
Okay. Yay.
Yeah, I can say that
good.
you're funny.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I mean,
Yay.
don't we laugh a lot?
Yes.
I mean, we do a lot of crying together, too.
Yes. All the things, all the feels. I'm a feeler.
Yeah.
I am proud of
I
the
think that's
fact.
why we're friends.
Sensitive, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Sensitive.
That's another one.
Yeah. Serious. People tell me I'm serious. I don't know if it's an asset or not, but I have a,
Probably in business.
like, I know when it's time, like the awareness and gauging a situation of like when to apply humor or not, like the appropriate, like I can read a room,
Yeah.
you know?
Okay.
Like, sometimes that's helpful because I have friends that are not or that don't. And it's like, read the room, man. Like, oh, now is not the time for a joke, right? Like,
yeah.
I have a way of, and that just comes down to people again, right? I think maybe.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Intuitiveness of that.
That's
I'm
good.
intuitive.
All right.
Yeah.
So that would be your assets.
I have good hair.
That's cool. All
It's an
right.
asset. I mean, yes, I could do something about it if I didn't do it, but I've grown to a place of acceptance that a lot of things about me physically, I have refused to acknowledge in a good way. It's really hard for me to say anything good about my appearance.
And in that case, hair is a great asset.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Like for me to be able to say like, I have good hair. I like my hair. My hair is pretty.
That's big. That goes beyond your hair, though.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's very
hear
hard
you.
for me to be positive about something that is external. So
Yeah.
for me
All
to
right.
even get to a place of that is kind of big.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
All right. So, what consequences from your past are you living with today?
Oh, the shame and guilt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything like felonies on your record?
DUI. I had the DUI.
But are you
and
still suffer from that?
No.
consequence? So,
No, it was a good 10 years. I suffered financially from that, big time. Yeah. And, but no, I didn't, all of my consequences were very financial and emotional.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't, I was never, like I wasn't in an accident where I had like deformity or, you know what I mean? Or like,
No hep C.
no, nothing like that. So I blessed in that, super grateful for that.
No shit.
Super grateful for that. I'm super grateful that when my disease kicked in, it was like heavy, fast, and quick. Like my deterioration was super, like to be actively using like addictively the way that we do for like 3 years, start to finish is like, I know people
Lucky.
Yeah. Like there are those of us that suffer for a long time.
So you got away pretty clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
with and which is why before my relapse, my my spouse used to say like, "Oh, so cute. She spilled a little alcohol." Like my consequences weren't that bad. My living, like it wasn't that bad. And then when he saw what like active using and what that was for me during that period of relapse, like he had a different appreciation for like the depths of where I go emotionally, during that, through that, and seeing kind of the pain in that he was like, man, like that was deep and dark and ugly really quickly. And like, yeah.
I was just remembering when that was going on for you.
Yeah. That was when we first met.
Yeah. In your relapse period. I was telling your husband in the middle of all that I had watched him and how he was managing or dealing with that. And I told him that I am really inspired by him, because I haven't gone through that, like with a spouse, and that I really am paying attention to him. And he just looked at me and he goes, we don't shoot our wounded. Yeah, we don't shoot our wounded, or we don't kick them when they're down. And I was like, yeah. fucking love this man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, okay. So no real consequences besides internally shame and guilt and emotional.
Some financial
Yeah.
wreckage. But
Okay.
yeah.
How are you showing your gratitude for your recovery today?
By participating in it. Like truly actively participating in my recovery with others, sponsoring, being willing to like do things like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
To say yes.
That's a good one.
Just saying yes.
Just saying yes. Yeah. To being authentic about like putting myself in a situation where it's not really about me, but like if I can do something that helps someone else, right? Like knowing that it's more than me, right? Not being selfish with my recovery.
Yeah, and time.
Yeah. Yeah. Like knowing that it's so much more than me or one little like simple set of stories, of knowing that I don't know, like being part of something bigger than me.
Well, that's cool. It feels like you're saying that you are giving back yourself, your experiences, your authenticity,
How I can, yeah.
and how you participate in the program and the people around you.
Having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these
steps.
Yeah.
Carry the message.
Hey, you remember.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
I will say it's difficult for me to like, it's not my most favorite thing.
What?
Actively sharing, being raw, being vulnerable. I think maybe others I've heard say like, oh, like it feels like it's so easy for you, or you're so good at it, or like, but it's something that's hard for me.
Well, that's what makes it
Authentic.
Well, that's also the difficulty of it makes it that much more powerful because you're overcoming the difficulty as well. So the discomfort creates growth. And so
right.
That's what makes it.
I'm willing to go through it because I know that it, yeah, but it's not my favorite.
Yeah.
Maybe there's an argument to be made that it might be even better that it's difficult.
Right. Could be. Yeah. Cause I do have, friends, loved ones that are circuit speakers,
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. That really not only enjoy it, but, like put themselves out there and bring, welcome it. And they're great in that environment. And that is their way of like, being able to give back. And that's great. I could imagine like getting up and like crying in front of that, in an NA convention. Oh my God. Because I don't know how to like not have a shut off. Yeah. Like, who knows what's going to come out, and it's going to be raw and ugly, and I'm crying and I'm talking about stuff and I'm bouncing all over the place.
A skill set that not everybody has is to have, and it sounds so bad when I say canned pitch, but to make it not sound as bad is that they have a story and it's consistent every time to a certain ability to a certain extent that's attractive to a lot of people that listen to pick.
They're good
speakers.
Storytellers.
Yes, thank you. That's what I was getting at.
They're good storytellers.
Yeah,
and I don't know that I'm a good storyteller or that I want to be. I know that I have a story to tell, but it could come out crazy.
Yeah,
and it's emotional for me, and it's it takes a lot from me. But yeah.
I think, or I feel that we all find like kind of a niche. Like we might be able to do all of this stuff, but what we get funneled by, life or higher power or whatever, we get funneled into a certain thing that you fit in.
Yeah.
And I was just sharing at a meeting last night that I feel like I got funneled into like sponsorship, and then that's where I sit right now as my form of gratitude.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, okay. So that's about all the questions, the canned questions that we have. So this is part of the episode where we ask you for a story.
Yeah.
Okay.
One
story.
Yep.
It could be from using. It could be from.
It could be funny. It could be outrageous. It could be fucked
Tragic.
up. It could be just something that stands out. Or even just the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah.
And it's so different for everybody. Like we've had all the way over here and all the way over here and everything in between.
Like a story.
Yeah.
Some kind of interesting experience.
We've had people like, one of our friends talked about like as a teenager, they're out partying and she fell off a cliff.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
One of our friends won a Grammy.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I know about that friend.
If there's nothing that stands
the one
out,
thing that's coming to mind is that
yeah, let's hear it.
one of the like when you said funny, like the cunning, baffling ways of our like disease and what it does for us. So, and manipulation, right? So, during my relapse, and what the relapse portion looked like for me was like binge drink for a couple days and then be good for like 30, 60, almost 90, and then like binge drink for a couple days. Like that's what my like year looked like that year.
Uh-huh.
So it was like not all, relapsing. So, and the disease, when it hit, it just hit, right? But once I got a little bit of alcohol in me, like there's no stopping, right? Like it's a switch, and I can get really mean too. They lovingly called me the honey badger, like something that looks real.
I don't see that.
But gets very
I can't see that.
Mean. So
just add alcohol.
Yeah. So I had gotten to a point too where I was really trying to get good that like as soon as my husband knew that I was drinking, he would make me stop, right? He'd get rid of it, take it all away, like, everything. And so I had to learn to get really manipulative, even in like he would do everything, like take the keys, take my wallet, like anything, so that I had no way to even get anything, right? And so I was at that point. I was a couple days into drinking, and I went like straight to bottles, right? Like it was bad. And he had taken everything away from me. I had told him that I was going to go take a shower. So I went in, ran the shower, locked the door. I had gotten to a point too where like the Ring camera would like trip that I had left the house. So even if he wasn't home, like he could see that I left the house. So I had to get good at like sneaking like around boundaries.
This is sounding good.
Right. And I also opened a couple credit cards that were just in my name, so I could use those to drink with, so he couldn't even see that I like went and bought anything. Uh-huh. Like manipulation, right? Like the ways and means to get more, right? And so I had a credit card that was hidden in my panty drawer that was just in my name, so I could use that to go buy stuff with. And I had my passport. So another ID. So if he took my wallet to have all my funds for money to buy alcohol, right?
Yeah.
So I have like my ID. I have a credit card that's in my name that he doesn't know about. And I tell him I'm going to take a shower. I go and I run the water, and I sneak out our side door and go straight against the fence line, down the fence line. Because I'm avoiding the Ring camera and where the boundaries can be.
Oh,
and it's like nighttime. And I know, like, I only have so much time before he's going to realize that I've been in the shower for a long time, right? And he's going to come try to check on me, right? And I left my phone there so that he couldn't, like, find
track
me.
you.
So the GPS, like, I'd thought of everything. And go down, and I want to say it's, like, cold. It was cold, and it was nighttime. I'm running down the fence line in my yard and going to the left with a beeline to run to the nearest liquor store, which is like half a mile, not even. It's like right down the corner, so that I could go there to get a bottle. And I know that I'm like under the clock, and I'm sneaking down the fence line and running. I get to the liquor store. I'm able to buy a bottle, but I buy 2 because I'm going to buy the one that he's going to take from me. And then I got the other one that I'm going to sneak in my pants so that he can't, right? He thinks he got it all. So I'm going to pocket one. So I buy my 2 flasks of alcohol. I'm getting as much in me as I can. And of course, the bigger one is the one that I'm pocket, like the flasks, right? So we got the little flask and the bigger flask.
Yeah.
And of course, he finds me like almost right away. Like legit, by the time I've purchased and I'm in the alleyway trying to drink as much as I can before he comes and catches me. And I'm always like, son of a bitch, how did you catch me so quick? Like he always.
He's an addict.
Yes.
He fucking knows.
Yeah.
He probably sensed it.
Yeah. Like I said, I knew I only had so much time. And so he catches me, takes the bottle. I've got the other one. Like, I'm yelling at him. I'm mean. I'm like I'm like attacking him as he's driving, trying to get me home and everything else. And we go and get inside. I'm able to lock myself and keep the other bottle. And that, to me, that story, when I hear him tell it sounds so much more funny. But just the way that I had become so manipulative to think and like try and outthink all of the different steps.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Dude.
You
I
know?
got a fucking secret credit card. I got my passport. I'm
It's
going
like
to
a
turn on the
mastermind.
shower. I'm going to sneak around
yes.
the camera. I'm going to have 2 bottles
Down
instead
the
of one.
fence line,
Yeah.
buy 2 bottles so that he can find one so I can keep one.
You thought of everything.
Like, so that's where the asset of being smart, right? Of like,
Can be
right? The
detrimental.
asset to like
you
the
too smart for your own good?
Yes.
Eh.
I would try and outthink my disease so many times. And it
Yeah.
always caught up with me. Always caught up with me.
That's hilarious.
But that story, like, and when I hear him tell it, he's like, son of a bitch, how did she? Because he'll tell it. But and then there was another time where I would keep the garage open just a smidge for the cats so that they could get in and out. And I had gotten to a point where it was like big enough that I could scoot underneath the garage and then sneak along the fence line so he couldn't see that I left. And it was always like, it was almost like a game against the clock, right? To like go and get as much in me until he got me. Yeah.
That's insane.
Like this.
God bless him for staying on top of it, dude.
The sick and twisted insanity of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, definitely insane.
I gotta go get her again. Fucking here we go.
Yeah. Where is she this time,
Yeah.
right? And,
Couldn't have gotten too far.
Yeah. She doesn't have her car.
Yeah.
She doesn't have her, you know what I mean? Like, fuck. And just thinking of him sitting there like, fuck, here she goes again, right? Like, God
I
damn.
bet-
Every couple minutes, he's like, I haven't heard anything in a second. Hold on.
Yeah. And it
Kind of like
was,
checking on the dog, make sure
Yeah.
the dog's not into the
seriously,
food.
it just, or I'm going to take the dog for a walk.
Everything
Oh,
gets quiet.
sure.
You got to
Oh,
go
yeah.
check on the kids.
And you said it with air quotes.
I'm gonna
taking
take
the dog for a walk.
You
Yeah.
don't even have a dog.
No, I do. I have many dogs.
I'm just kidding.
but I've got my road dog. I've got Roxy, my border collie road dog that like, she's so good on a leash and she's so good in public of like, she's in protection mode. She's in working mode. And I got lost with Roxy one time. I had her with me. I'm going to take Roxy for a walk. He thinks again, the secret credit card you didn't know about, right? Like thinks everything's fine and I'm good. No, I'm good. I'm going to go around the
You
block.
went and got a bottle?
I used my my phone and my tracking on my phone. I would like not have it on, and I don't have an iPhone. I have an Android, and the rest of the family has an iPhone, so he couldn't track me with the whole like
All right.
Find your iPhone shit. I just got really good at being manipulative, of being able to one more time,
Yeah. Or
just one more time trick him, or
addict,
just one more time.
addict espionage.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Right on.
Yeah.
Lindsey, I love that you came out today. It was super special for me, at least.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, great episode. Thanks for being so authentic.
I really enjoyed it too. It was good. And thank you for the chorizo quiche.
Oh yeah.
Is that what it is? Quiche?
Yeah, it's just eggs
Souffle.
and cheese and quiche. Well, bunch of shit I baked up, but eggs and quiche.
Anything she touches with about food is amazing.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true.
I'll take that compliment.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Well, I
Thanks
love
for listening,
you.
everybody.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with us today. We really appreciate you being here and being part of this community. Just a quick heads up before we wrap. The people we talk to on this show are just sharing their own personal stories. They do not speak for any specific recovery program or group. It's just their experience, strength, and hope. Well, that's it for now, and please remember that you can follow us on any of your streaming platform that you listen to, and somewhere in there on that streaming platform there is a donate button if you care to help out with our monthly fees that we have to pay to produce each episode, and there's a follow button. There's also somewhere on your streaming platform you can text us and send us a response or email or check in. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you.